Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. Tanner Scott's first season with the Los Angeles Dodgers has been nothing short of a roller coaster. And unfortunately, much of that ride has been heading downhill. When the Dodgers signed him to a 4-year, $72 million contract, expectations were sky high. The team envisioned a dominant bullpen arm, someone who could step onto the mound in high-pressure situations and deliver consistent results. Fans imagined Scott as a stabilizing force, a reliable closer who could shut down games with a mixture of velocity, movement, and precision. But reality has been a bit harsher, and the bright lights of Dodger Stadium have shown just how challenging this season has been for him. Sunday's game against the Arizona Diamondbacks highlighted the ongoing struggles that have defined Scott's year. With the Dodgers holding a narrow lead, Scott found himself on the mound once again, tasked with protecting the advantage and keeping his team in contention. The moment was tense, as every pitch mattered, and the crowd held its collective breath. But then it happened. A fastball over the middle of the plate, a pitch that in any other season might have been routine, was met by the bat of Corbin Carroll, who drove it out of the park to tie the game in the 8th inning. That one swing encapsulated the frustration and challenges that have plagued Scott this year. It was his third appearance since returning from a 15-day stint on the injured list, and it marked his 8th blown save of the season, a statistic that weighs heavily on any pitcher, no matter how experienced. The theme of being hurt by the long ball has been a recurring storyline for Scott this season. 9 home runs allowed, a personal high, and a rate of 1.66 homers per 9 innings, also a career high, have made this particular aspect of his game a major point of concern. After the Dodgers managed a walk-off win, Scott spoke candidly about his frustration. He acknowledged the difficulty of watching the ball leave the park, especially in pivotal moments, and expressed his determination to make adjustments moving forward. The honesty in his tone reflected both the pressure of his role and the expectations that come with wearing a Dodgers uniform. Manager Dave Roberts has been closely observing Scott's mechanics and tendencies, and he attributes much of the home run issue to the left-hander missing over the heart of the plate too frequently. Roberts noted that the spray charts tell a consistent story. Too many pitches landing in the same general location, right in the middle. While Scott's overall control has been impressive, keeping walks to a minimum, that very precision has introduced a different kind of vulnerability. Good hitters, whether right-handed or left-handed, can quickly identify predictable zones, and once they do, they capitalize. Roberts emphasized that while the raw stuff is excellent, consistency without variation makes a pitcher more predictable, and predictability is the enemy of success at the major league level. Interestingly, the percentage of Scott's pitches that could be classified as obvious mistakes, what some would call meatballs, has actually slightly decreased from 7.7% last season to 7.5% this year. However, hitters are swinging at these pitches far more often, with a rate of 87.5%, which is an increase of 6.4% from the previous year. In general, Scott has thrown more pitches in the strike zone this season. While control has improved overall, this tendency has paradoxically allowed hitters to make more solid contact, with batting averages against him rising as a result. Roberts observed that the irony is Scott is more of a command pitcher than he has ever been in his career. In previous seasons, his pitches might have been scattered across the hitting zone, making it harder for batters to anticipate. Now, the pitches are more consistent, but that very consistency allows hitters to hunt in predictable areas. Scott himself has struggled to pinpoint why his fastballs have been finding the middle of the plate so often this year. He admitted that some pitches probably should have been sliders or off-speed offerings, but he trusted his fastball and simply missed his location. The candidness in his reflections speaks to the mental and technical adjustments that every pitcher at the highest level must continuously make. Early in the season, he attributed some of these mistakes to potential issues with his delivery, though there is no clear evidence that mechanical flaws are the culprit. Roberts has noted that Scott's delivery appears clean, and the adjustments required are more about varying pitch location and sequence rather than overhauling mechanics. It's a delicate balance, and one that demands both confidence and adaptability. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are feeling the absence of one of their key offensive contributors. Max Muncy, the powerful third baseman, was expected to return to the lineup during the team's upcoming road trip, but a minor setback, unrelated to his original oblique injury, has delayed his return. Muncy's absence has been deeply felt across the roster. Not only does he provide power and run production, but his presence lengthens the lineup and creates opportunities for teammates. He is also a respected leader, someone whose influence on the field and in the clubhouse shapes team dynamics and morale. Without him, the Dodgers have had to rely on a rotating cast at third base, including rookies, veterans, and recently returned players. This instability has contributed to offensive struggles, as the lineup has struggled to generate consistent production, particularly in high-pressure situations. In the recent series against the Diamondbacks, the Dodgers scored only one run in the first 2 games, a stark indicator of how much they miss Muncy's bat. His ability to get on base, draw walks, and hit for power is vital to creating pressure on opposing pitchers and defenses. The team's urgency for his return is understandable, as every game counts in the tightly contested division race. Roberts has expressed hope that Muncy might be available soon, but the timing remains uncertain. Until then, the Dodgers must navigate games with a lineup that has not yet found stability, testing the depth, resilience, and adaptability of the roster. Beyond individual performances, the Dodgers as a team are grappling with focus and consistency. After sweeping the Cincinnati Reds and appearing to gain momentum, they were immediately challenged by the Diamondbacks, dropping the first 2 games of the series before salvaging a 5-4 walk-off win in the finale. Mistakes on the field, lapses in attention to detail, and the inability to maintain consistent intensity have all been highlighted as areas for improvement. Roberts has repeatedly stressed that relying on flipping a switch is not enough. He emphasizes the importance of treating every pitch, every play, and every game with equal focus. The long season demands resilience, mental sharpness, and the ability to execute under pressure, traits that the Dodgers are striving to cultivate on and off the field. In the midst of these trials, Scott's individual journey mirrors the team's broader struggles. His challenges with home runs, control, and command reflect the fine margins that separate success from failure in Major League Baseball. Every pitch carries significance, and the mental toughness required to overcome mistakes, adjust strategy, and maintain confidence is immense. Scott's situation also underscores the interconnected nature of baseball. A pitcher's struggles can affect the lineup, defensive positioning, and team morale, just as a key hitter's absence can ripple through the batting order. Despite these difficulties, there is a sense of determination permeating the Dodgers clubhouse. Players are aware of the challenges, and leadership from veterans like Muncy, when available, and guidance from Roberts, emphasizes accountability, preparation, and focus. The Dodgers are a team with championship aspirations, and moments of adversity, while frustrating, are also opportunities to demonstrate resilience, learn, and grow. For Scott, this means analyzing every pitch, refining approach, and trusting his abilities while making necessary adjustments. For the team, it means finding ways to compete at a high level despite injuries, slumps, and unpredictable outcomes that define a long season in baseball. As the season moves forward, the Los Angeles Dodgers find themselves at a crossroads, balancing high expectations with the stark realities of baseball's unpredictability. Tanner Scott's struggles on the mound are just one part of a larger puzzle, a reflection of a team attempting to recalibrate in real time. Each outing brings lessons and frustrations, and the Dodgers must navigate the fine line between pressure and performance, between strategy and instinct. Scott, like so many pitchers before him, faces the mental challenge of translating raw talent into consistent execution. The velocity and movement of his pitches are undeniable, but the margin for error is slim at this level, and the consequences of one mislocated fastball, like the one that tied the game against the Diamondbacks, reverberate far beyond the scoreboard. The Dodgers' bullpen, a critical component of the team's success, relies heavily on predictability turned into versatility. Scott's fastball, once considered his greatest weapon, has become a double-edged sword. When he throws over the middle of the plate, even the most talented hitters can capitalize. Roberts and his coaching staff have emphasized adjustments, varying pitch location, mixing velocities, and keeping hitters guessing. Baseball at this level is as much a mental game as it is physical, and every pitcher must master the art of deception, controlling not just the ball but the opponent's expectations. Scott's situation highlights this perfectly. His command has improved in general terms. Walks are down, strikeouts are still present, but the very consistency of his approach has made him more predictable. In some ways, this is a paradox. The better he is at throwing strikes, the more he opens himself up to being read by elite hitters. Meanwhile, the absence of Max Muncy continues to weigh heavily on the Dodgers lineup. Muncy's presence is more than just the ability to hit home runs or get on base. He changes the rhythm of the game, forces pitchers to alter sequences, and creates stress on defensive alignments. The third base position has been a carousel, rotating between rookies and veterans, none of whom can fully replicate the veterans' combination of power, patience, and field leadership. The offense, therefore, is operating with a structural gap, and in a tight divisional race, every missed opportunity magnifies. The Dodgers have seen moments of brilliance, small flashes of what they can achieve when everything clicks, but these moments are interspersed with errors, misreads, and lapses that suggest the team is still searching for consistency. One of the critical challenges for the Dodgers has been maintaining focus against teams with losing records. Since late July, the pattern is clear. They perform well against stronger competition, but falter against teams they are expected to beat. This phenomenon is not uncommon in baseball, but it presents a unique mental hurdle. Players must approach every game with the same intensity, regardless of opponent, or risk letting complacency dictate outcomes. Roberts has consistently highlighted this point, stressing that every pitch, every swing, every defensive play is equally important. Baseball is a game of cumulative details, and over a long season, small lapses compound into noticeable setbacks. For a team chasing playoff positioning, the margin for error is small, and the Dodgers are acutely aware of that. Scott's home run struggles are symptomatic of a broader narrative about pressure and execution. The mental weight of blown saves, coupled with the expectations of a multi-million-dollar contract, amplifies the difficulty of every outing. When a pitcher repeatedly faces situations where one pitch can determine the outcome, the ability to remain calm, focused, and adaptable becomes paramount. Scott has acknowledged the frustration, the tension of seeing a ball leave the park at a crucial moment, and the necessity of correcting course immediately. This self-awareness is crucial, yet the process of translating recognition into consistent performance is a complex journey that tests both skill and mindset. The Dodgers coaching staff has been methodical in addressing these challenges. Beyond Scott, they are constantly analyzing trends, examining spray charts, and evaluating the subtleties of each at-bat. Adjustments are made incrementally, balancing mechanics, pitch selection, and situational strategy. Roberts has noted that Scott's delivery is clean, indicating that the issue is less about physical flaws and more about tactical execution. The solution lies in variety, changing pitch locations, mixing speeds, and exploiting different areas of the strike zone. It's a nuanced process, requiring both mental agility and confidence, particularly when facing elite hitters who can punish even minor mistakes. Every game is an opportunity to reset, every pitch a chance to assert control, and every at-bat a moment to influence the outcome. The Dodger season is far from over, and the lessons learned from early struggles, mistakes, and setbacks will shape their approach moving forward. Scott, Muncy, and the entire roster are challenged to rise to the occasion, integrate adjustments, and maintain focus amidst the pressures of a long, competitive season. The path is demanding, but the rewards for perseverance, adaptation, and execution are substantial, with the potential to redefine narratives, restore momentum, and position the Dodgers as contenders capable of overcoming adversity in pursuit of championship aspirations. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Whispers have been swirling through the baseball world, and the latest buzz is nothing short of explosive. Kyle Tucker, one of the sport's brightest young stars, is reportedly set to join the Los Angeles Dodgers in what is being described as a record-breaking deal. Sources close to the situation suggest that the Dodgers, long known for their aggressive moves in free agency and trades, have pulled off a maneuver that could reshape the dynamics of the National League West for years to come. Tucker, whose performance with his previous team had already cemented his reputation as a consistent powerhouse, is rumored to have demanded and received terms that would make him one of the highest-paid players in the league, a figure that insiders are calling unprecedented for someone of his age and position. The Dodgers' front office, always meticulous about balancing their roster while aiming for the World Series, is said to have cleared significant financial and roster space to make room for Tucker, indicating a commitment that goes beyond short-term ambitions. Enthusiasts and analysts alike are already speculating on the potential lineup shifts, defensive strategies, and batting orders that could be impacted by this acquisition, suggesting that the team is preparing for a new era of dominance that could extend deep into the postseason. Rumors hint that behind the closed doors of the Dodgers headquarters, meticulous planning has been underway for months, anticipating every possible scenario and evaluating Tucker's integration into a team with both veteran leaders and rising stars. Every move, from minor league shifts to spring training positioning, is being scrutinized, feeding the fire of speculation that surrounds this blockbuster deal. The implications are so significant that some even suggest this could redefine market expectations for other top-tier players in upcoming seasons, creating ripples across the league that might not settle for years. Amid this whirlwind, fans are divided between excitement and skepticism, aware that such high-profile acquisitions carry immense pressure and expectations, but also potential glory. As the chatter grows louder, the consensus seems to be that Tucker's presence could dramatically elevate the Dodgers' offensive arsenal, creating a combination of power, speed, and precision that opponents will struggle to counter. Rumors regarding Kyle Tucker's move to the Dodgers have sent shockwaves through sports media, prompting intense debate among analysts, commentators, and fans who are eager to assess the long-term implications of the deal. Many insiders suggest that the contract terms, while still confidential, reportedly surpass previous benchmarks set by the team for high-caliber talent acquisitions, signaling a willingness to invest heavily in a player whose skills are not only rare but also highly coveted in modern baseball. Tucker, known for his exceptional batting average, home run potential, and defensive agility, is expected to bring a new level of energy to the Dodgers lineup, which has traditionally combined strategic precision with raw power. Industry whispers indicate that negotiations were complex, involving multiple parties and meticulous scrutiny of financial clauses, performance incentives, and potential opt-outs, reflecting the high stakes associated with securing a player of Tucker's caliber. Social media has been ablaze with speculation, with fans dissecting every snippet of news, every photo, and every cryptic statement from team officials, fueling the frenzy that often precedes a major sports announcement. Behind the scenes, Dodgers executives are reportedly weighing the impact of Tucker's arrival on clubhouse chemistry, recognizing that integrating a star of his magnitude requires delicate balance to maintain team cohesion and morale. Experts suggest that if Tucker adapts seamlessly, the Dodgers could experience a surge in both attendance and merchandise sales, as fans eagerly embrace the narrative of a new superstar donning the iconic blue and white. Betting lines, fantasy leagues, and sports talk shows have also reacted to the news, analyzing potential shifts in league rankings, playoff probabilities, and individual player statistics, all of which underscore the significance of this rumored acquisition. While some skeptics caution that high-profile contracts do not guarantee immediate success, the prevailing sentiment is one of optimism, with the Dodgers seemingly willing to gamble big in pursuit of championship glory. Conversations in sports circles suggest that Tucker's versatility and ability to perform under pressure are among the key factors that made him a target, reflecting a calculated strategy aimed at maximizing both immediate performance and long-term value. The suspense is palpable, as every insider report, every fan reaction, and every analyst prediction contributes to the ever-growing narrative surrounding this potential blockbuster move. Amid the swirling conjecture about Kyle Tucker's impending shift to the Dodgers, the narrative has taken on almost mythical proportions, with discussions extending beyond simple statistics to encompass leadership potential, media presence, and marketability. Sports journalists and commentators have been dissecting every angle, speculating on how Tucker's skill set will mesh with the Dodgers' existing roster, particularly in terms of batting lineups, field placements, and strategic pitching support. The murmurs suggest that the team's management has been working behind the scenes to design a holistic plan that leverages Tucker's athleticism, speed, and batting power, potentially reshaping the team's approach to both offensive and defensive gameplay. Conversations among insiders imply that there are already contingency strategies in place, considering everything from injury risks to playoff scheduling, as the Dodgers aim to maximize the return on their record-setting investment. Fans, meanwhile, have been buzzing with excitement, discussing potential debut games, uniform numbers, and highlight reels, creating a cultural momentum that adds pressure and hype simultaneously. Some experts hint at the psychological impact of such a high-profile signing, suggesting that Tucker's presence could inspire younger players while challenging veterans to elevate their performance, potentially creating a team-wide synergy that could alter the competitive landscape. The deal's rumored magnitude also raises questions about future contract negotiations for emerging stars across the league, as teams may recalibrate expectations for what constitutes a competitive offer in today's sports economy. Social media threads, podcasts, and sports shows have been dissecting the timing, potential media announcements, and even the subtler signals from Dodgers executives, contributing to an almost cinematic buildup around the rumored acquisition. Analysts have been mapping out hypothetical game scenarios, projecting batting orders, and simulating playoff matchups, all underscoring the perceived transformational potential of Tucker's arrival. In parallel, merchandise speculation has intensified, with fans eager to secure jerseys, memorabilia, and collectibles tied to a player who could become synonymous with a new era of Dodgers baseball. The buzz is so intense that even minor movements, tweets, interviews, or subtle roster adjustments are magnified, feeding the narrative of a meticulously orchestrated, league-shaking event that could define a generation of baseball enthusiasts. Speculation surrounding Kyle Tucker's anticipated move to the Dodgers has also sparked a complex discourse among analysts regarding the team's strategic trajectory and competitive positioning. Insiders suggest that the Dodgers are pursuing a calculated approach, one that balances immediate offensive firepower with sustainable team development, ensuring that Tucker's integration supports both short-term playoff ambitions and long-term dominance in the league. The murmurs indicate that behind the scenes, management has been conducting rigorous evaluations of Tucker's adaptability, his performance in high-pressure environments, and his compatibility with veteran players and emerging prospects alike. Conversations in sports circles suggest that his reported signing represents not only a financial investment, but also a psychological and cultural one, as the team seeks to bolster morale, fan engagement, and the public perception of a winning franchise. Analysts have been dissecting past performances, home and away game statistics, and matchup data, attempting to project how Tucker could influence batting averages, run production, and defensive coverage. Social media has amplified these analyses, creating an environment where every minor rumor is dissected, speculated upon, and amplified, fueling anticipation and sometimes misinformation in equal measure. Fans have been sharing predictions about opening day lineups, potential rookie call-ups, and managerial strategies, demonstrating the intricate layers of discussion that such a high-profile player acquisition can provoke. Industry commentators also highlight the financial ramifications, noting that this rumored deal could alter salary benchmarks, future free agency negotiations, and overall market dynamics for elite talent. While skeptics caution that record-breaking contracts bring intense scrutiny and pressure, proponents argue that Tucker's proven track record, versatility, and athleticism make him a transformative asset capable of elevating the Dodgers' performance to unprecedented levels. The ongoing buzz has created a feedback loop where speculation drives anticipation, which in turn fuels further speculation, ensuring that every new detail, confirmation, or rumor becomes part of a broader narrative that captivates fans, journalists, and league insiders alike. As the potential signing edges closer to formal announcement, the sense of inevitability intertwines with excitement, creating a charged atmosphere that has fans and pundits eagerly awaiting the moment when whispers finally solidify into reality. Amid the cacophony of speculation, the Kyle Tucker to Dodgers narrative continues to dominate the sports rumor mill, illustrating the potent intersection of talent acquisition, media hype, and fan engagement. Sources close to the team hint that the Dodgers have been meticulously analyzing not only Tucker's statistical contributions, but also his marketability, leadership qualities, and adaptability to high-stakes environments, reflecting a multidimensional approach to modern sports management. Insiders speculate that the contract structure, rumored to be record-breaking, involves complex clauses designed to incentivize peak performance while maintaining flexibility for both player and team, a strategic nuance that underscores the sophistication of contemporary baseball negotiations. Conversations among sport commentators suggest that Tucker's rumored arrival could influence game day strategies, including batting rotations, defensive shifts, and bullpen utilization, creating cascading effects across the roster and potentially forcing opposing teams to rethink their approaches. Social media has become a vortex of predictions, memes, and analysis, amplifying the frenzy and creating a cultural phenomenon that transcends the field, with fans imagining highlight reels, iconic home runs, and playoff heroics. Analysts emphasize that the psychological impact of integrating a player of Tucker's stature is equally significant, as his presence could elevate morale, inspire emerging talent, and challenge existing stars to refine their skills, fostering an environment of heightened competition. Observers note that the rumored deal might also recalibrate expectations for upcoming free agency periods, establishing new benchmarks for elite players and potentially sparking a domino effect in contract negotiations across the league. Meanwhile, debates rage about the timing of public announcements, media strategy, and the optimal moment for Tucker's debut, highlighting the intricate orchestration behind high-profile sports transactions. The speculation has generated an almost cinematic anticipation, with every subtle development magnified and analyzed, feeding into a narrative that blends athletic prowess, business acumen, and fan excitement. If the rumors hold true, Kyle Tucker's move to the Dodgers could symbolize a new chapter in baseball, one defined by audacious talent acquisitions, record-setting contracts, and a relentless pursuit of championship glory, leaving the sports world watching with bated breath as the saga unfolds. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.